thank you for joining me.
Glad to be here. It's lovely, lovely place you got.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. We've worked very hard on it. So this will be a bit of a different producers network for me, because all the people that I've had on the producers network so far are people that I've known in networking either for quite a while, or we've had a lot of like really deep chats about their business. I don't really know a lot about you at all.
No, so we can do that a bit live.
So tell me about you.
My main thing is helping people to enjoy their work. That's kind of my big passion. It's the driver for me. I do it with two types of people. I do it with individuals who aren't enjoying their work, whether that's people working for themselves or whether it's people who are in a job and they're finding the job isn't quite what they thought it was going to be or whatever. It's, they've drifted off.
Do you find like there's more one or the other? Do you find it's more people who are working for other people who aren't quite as happy, or people working for themselves? Or is it a real mix?
One of the things I see with people working for themselves is they don't believe that they're allowed to be unhappy.
Yeah, I can definitely imagine that.
and there's this kind of, veneer of success and enjoyment, and, I'm doing my own thing, so I'm...
So I must be doing it right, and I must be happy because I've put myself in this position.
Yeah. And some of them are... There's two things going on. One is they end up finding out that they're really crap at marketing.
Which, there's a reason there's experts that do it.
Exactly. And there are a lot of people who, they leave corporate because they weren't enjoying the corporate job. And then they come out to do their own thing because they know they can do it better. They don't have to cut all those corners that corporate made them cut. They don't have all those restrictions that corporate put on them. So they want to go and do their own thing. And they suddenly realise quite how much corporate was doing for them. Yeah. In terms of bringing them customers, in terms of doing the admin, in terms of making sure the accounts got done. Yeah. And suddenly they're into massive overwhelm. But they've put the family security on the line. They've told all their colleagues and their friends that they're brilliant and they're going to go and make a massive success of themselves. And they're desperately trying to keep that up. And the danger is that they continue with that pretense too long. Yeah.
Because I feel like you can kind of dig yourself in a hole at that point.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Because I feel like we were saying just before we started that I was like, I've never seen myself as anyone that would ever run a business, let alone be involved like in the sort of way that I am with this business. Because I was like, well, I'm an employee. That is the kind of person I am, is I'm an employee. And as much as I still am an employee, the idea of taking that leap and just going to run your own business, I am just in awe of anyone that can do it, because there's so many hats you have to wear. Yeah. And it's just unfathomable to me to start at point zero. Yeah. And like, what do you do?
Absolutely. And I've never been able to do that. Yeah. I can do sole practitioner stuff. I can be me, offering me. Yeah. But putting something together to offer to other people, I could never do that. Any business I've been involved in, I've come into it once it's already on the go. Yeah. And I had my particular extra element to that, whether that's, an element of control. I mean, one particular business I can think about, fantastic ideas, man, utterly useless at delivery. Yeah. When we got together, we created something that was able to deliver, had some systems in place, and, so that's where a lot of solopreneurs, particularly, they lack that ability to put together the delivery. They are technically brilliant, but they can't do the delivery part because they don't actually understand what the customer wants. Yeah. When they were in corporate, they had account managers who handled all that.
Exactly.
Which was actually what I used to do in corporate.
Yeah, exactly.
I was an account manager.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Because I came from the corporate space before, so I used to do marketing in corporate.
Right.
But even that, I went in as customer service advisor literally was sat on the phones for like 8 hours a day going, sorry, your vacuum's broken.
See, I reckon that's the best grounding for any marketing person.
Incredibly so.
It's how you find out what the customers really care about.
Yeah, and like what Doris is complaining about at 8 a.m. on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And it is that thing, because I then moved into admin. So at that point, I'm then dealing with the escalations. So then you really know what the customers are angry about, because that's, if you want to improve your business, that's the first place you look, is your complaints department.
Yeah.
And figure out exactly what the issue is and then how to fix it. So then when I moved to marketing, I was only a marketing assistant. But I mean, by the time I left, we were a team of 3 running a multi-million-pound company's worth of marketing. So everyone kind of had to jump into everything. But I had that unique experience of going, I've sat on the phones for 8 hours a day with people yelling at me because this is an issue. We cannot put that in our marketing, saying that this is something great. And it is a completely unique perspective to have. But corporate in itself is a very hard situation to be. I think some people are made for it.
Yeah.
I think the people that I really struggled with not respect of hierarchical structure, but saying yes to someone just because they are above you.
Yeah.
I'm very much, if what they're saying is correct and right, 100% I will back you to the ends of the earth, but it doesn't matter where your position is. If you're wrong, I'll tell you you're wrong.
and that's absolutely what a corporate structure should encourage, enable, empower. And that's the other side of what the people I work with.
Yes.
Which is teams where the manager actually wants to be what, the phrase servant leadership.
Yes.
Steve Ennis reminded me of that the other day. And it is very much, the role of the manager is to facilitate the expertise, the genius of the individuals within the team.
Yeah.
And so many corporate managers don't know that because their managers have forgotten that.
And
if they ever knew.
Yeah, because that's the only reason you learn it, is because you're like, oh, my manager before was like this, so this is what a manager must be.
Yeah.
And so it's just been bad habits just forwarded down.
Yeah, you got the Peter principle of people get promoted to the point of their own incompetence.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's to the corporate hierarchical structures that say, if the boss says it, it must be right. And and in a toxic culture, you can't challenge the boss. I think the challenge is that the bad habits come down from the top.
Yeah.
And they are learned on the way up to the top.
Yeah.
So to turn that culture around is really quite hard.
Yes, definitely.
And I have quite a strong belief that the right place to start is with the middle management, not at the very top.
Okay.
Now, a lot of people will disagree with me on that. A lot of people will say, you're setting up the middle management for failure if you do that. But actually, you can't push it down from above.
No.
You need the team to buy into it. The team's first point of contact is the middle manager.
Yeah.
So if you can empower the middle manager, give the middle manager the skills to, one, empower their team, to actually allow their team to flourish, to bloom into their genius, but also give them the tools to explain up why they're doing what they're doing, why they're doing it, how they're doing, why they haven't sacked that really awkward expert who keeps saying difficult things in the monthly meeting that just happen to be right.
Yes.
But are rather inconvenient to the VP or the director. And if you can get those middle guys, who they're in the worst possible position in a corporate.
Yes.
Because they don't actually believe the bullshit that's coming down from the C-suite. But they have to act as if they do.
Yeah, they have to play the game.
They have to play the game. Yeah. And typically, if they're at middle management, they're probably still learning the game.
Yeah.
Once they get up that next level up, they've learnt the game.
They've figured it out.
And they've also got a little bit more clout with senior management.
Yeah.
So there's all sorts of political nonsense going on there. And the people who thrive in a corporate environment are good at that.
Yeah. It's very much like a game of chess every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how do I make sure that my turf is, it's not like playing a turf war, but it's making sure that my people are protected from the corporate inanities.
Yes.
And that's the job of the servant leader at a middle management level. That's why I love working with middle managers. But it is difficult for them to bring in an outside consultant.
Yeah, I always wonder about that because, I mean, I remember one of the team leaders that we had when I worked in corporate, when I was in the customer service, and he used to say something and it would frustrate the hell out of me at the time. And now I have so much respect for it. Yeah. But I remember really laying into him once because it really annoyed, because I just had a bad day. And we used to go to them with, customer problems where we're like, we can't authorize a spare part sent out for free, but they can. So I have to go to a team leader. And you go and you tell them the problem and he'd just go, what do you think you should do? And I was like, well, obviously, I think we should do this. And he was like, well, okay, do that then. And you just had to learn to, instead of going to him with the problem, to go, hi, Chris, this is what's happened. This is what I'd like to do. Can you authorize it? Yeah. In that case, he'd just go, yes, send me the customer details and I'll do that.
Yeah.
And it took a real while to be like, okay, it's making everyone under you actually think. And his team actually ended up being a stronger team.
That's fantastic management.
It was really good management. So frustrating at the time. But now that I'm in a similar sort of position, I'm then going, yeah, no, you were right.
And then there's a toxic version of that.
Yeah.
Which is, don't bring me problems, bring me solutions.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is, it's the same thing.
But just framed differently.
But framed completely differently.
Yeah.
And he clearly had the skills.
Yes.
To, one, draw out from you the thinking that you needed to be doing.
Yeah.
And two, give you the confidence to turn it around and start to deliver solutions.
Absolutely. So what I always worry about, or not worry about, but wonder is, because obviously you see clients, obviously we end up working with so many companies because we're B2B, and you see something, you're like, oh, you could really do with some like some kind of like business coaching, and especially in like management situations to do with culture and things like that. But it's, how the hell do you tell them?
Yeah.
Because it's, and also for the people in the business, it's like you say, if they're the middle management level, how do they go to the superiors to get the sign off to bring someone in? Or like, how does that work?
It is very difficult. Usually what happens is I will work with someone on a one-to-one basis. They're unhappy in their job. They're not sure where they want to go in their career. They need to get a much deeper understanding of themselves so that they can work out, do I want to stay here and fix what's not right? Or do I need to move on? Yeah. Is that what I want to do? Am I even in the right job?
Yeah, because everyone thinks it at some point. Yeah. And I remember thinking that with my old job, and I was sat in the car with my friend and I was like, if I left, I don't even know like what I'm good at or what I do, because I've only ever done this.
Yeah, but in that scenario, absolutely what you need is a career coach. And that absolutely 100%. Isn't me.
Yeah.
I know some fantastic career coaches who can draw out what they call the transferable skills.
Yes. Yeah.
What it is that you actually do.
Yeah.
That someone will pay you for, but it's not what you're doing right now.
Yeah. Like, what sparks joy for you? What is that one thing?
Absolutely. That. Yeah. Yeah.
And then that can be shown in so many different ways.
Yes.
But like, what is that thing?
That one thing.
Yeah. Because for me, I was like, I love working in a creative space. Adore working in a creative space. If you told me to come up with a creative idea on the spot off the top of my brain, I would panic. I would full on panic. I've got 3 years of practice now, so I've kind of got the habit a bit more. But to begin with, I was like, I'm not the creative.
Yeah.
But I'm a really good organizer, and I love when everything just sits in place. But doing that in like a really mundane, stale scenario just kills my spark. Whereas like being in the creative space, and I was like, oh, if someone had told me that producing existed years ago, I could have saved so much time.
and that's where career coaches really come into their own.
Yeah.
There are there are quite a number of not very good career coaches, it has to be said, but a good career coach early in your career.
Yeah, it makes all the difference.
Gold dust.
Yeah.
Absolutely gold dust.
Yeah, because then you don't waste that time climbing ladders that lead to nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely. What Stephen Covey talks about, the ladder being leant against the wrong wall.
Yeah, that's a very good saying. I like that.
Yeah. You're getting up the ladder, but you're ending up going in completely the wrong direction.
Yeah.
And it makes it hard to come back from it.
And that happens to a lot of people. I'm very passionate about, especially coming from the creative sector, and I've got a BA, so it's, the arts to me is very, very important. But in terms of like careers and schools and things like that as well, and going, we need to be telling people there are more options available for the arts than just, you're never going to make it as an actor or a musician. You might as well be a teacher. Because that's all we got told. And if you look at the people on my degree, half of them are teachers now because they didn't think they could do anything else with it.
Yeah.
Whereas it's such transferable skills. I always say that I used to be able to command a class of 30 very rowdy drama students. If I can do that, put me in any room.
Yeah.
Put me in any room and I can speak to anyone and it'll be fine. Yeah. But it's finding that transferable thing.
Yeah. It's to me, it's understanding what your genius is.
Yes.
Yeah, genius is a big thing with me.
Okay.
My previous iteration was, I actually called it Joyful Genius Coaching.
Oh, I love that.
And that's when I was specifically targeting one-man bands.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I've moved on a little bit from that now, so now it's encouraging potential, and that's because I'm looking at a broader group of people. But when I was very specifically looking at that, finding your genius was what that was all about, and then learning how to express your genius.
Okay.
Where I could have done better was on the marketing side of things.
Yeah.
And I learned.
Yes.
Don't try and teach people to market, because that's not what I do.
No. Well, that's like, because we always say to people, we're like, when people come to us and they'll ask for a whole marketing strategy, we're like, that's not what we do. It's like, we create really good content, so really good video, really good photography, but it's marketing materials.
It's what supports the marketing strategy.
Exactly.
It's what it communicates the marketing strategy.
Exactly. But even me, who's worked in corporate marketing, I'm like, yeah, but that was for one very specific industry and one very specific client. I don't know everything about marketing as a whole. Go to a marketing agency for that, because they'll have experience over so many different industries, so many sectors, and they'll be able to pull things from each other. Please go talk to your experts.
But the trouble is, when you're a helpful person,
you can't help but go like, well, I suppose you could do this.
You've got to learn to stay in your lane.
Yeah, 100%.
And make sure that what you're doing is the bit. It's one of my very early mentors used to say, the only thing you should be doing in your business is the thing that only you can do.
Ooh, I like that.
That I think is very, very powerful.
Yeah.
And in the one-man band arena, it's very difficult for them to do.
Yes. Yeah.
Because typically the outsourcing that needs to be done to make the business successful is pre-revenue.
It's very expensive. Yeah. Yeah. And it's definitely because, so before I joined, it's Josh's business in general. Yeah. And he is a photographer and videographer. He's a creative. That's what he loves to do. Yeah. He just also happens to be charismatic enough that he's made it work as a business. Because all of our business comes from networking, word of mouth, and existing clients. So all people are sort of buying us as based on personality a lot of the time. But it's taken him going, I'm a very self-aware man. I know that I'm not good at paperwork. Tish is good at paperwork. We'll give her the paperwork to do and the planning and everything like that. Yeah. But yeah, it's hard when you are on your own, because you, like you say, you don't have the revenue to do this.
No.
And it's knowing at what point you need to take that jump.
Yeah. So then it's, do you give up part of your control of your business and bring somebody in as a partner?
Okay.
To work alongside you.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can be the right thing to do. So there's so many of those kind of decisions that need to be made as a one-man band, wanting to become more than a one-man band. If you're happy to stay as a one-man band, then then there's another whole other set of decisions to be made around revenues and
Yes.
lifestyle and everything else.
Yeah, definitely.
So, the one-man band pieces, it's a fascinating arena, but it's also an arena where money is tight.
Yes.
So the delivery has to be very, very efficient.
Absolutely.
And can't go
and quick.
and quick, and can't go as deep
Yeah.
as I love to go.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm basically nosy.
Yeah. I do say that, like, our kind of jobs is the perfect jobs for a nosy person.
Yeah.
Because we get to go into businesses, find out everything, and then leave. And it's great. And it's like, I'll only show the good bits. But in order to know what the good bits are, I need to know everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, where I'm talking to a business about its culture, particularly if I'm doing that with a middle manager who's then got to communicate the problems up the chain.
Yeah, you really do get hit with all of the nitty gritty.
Yeah. So, but I've got to understand what parts of the problem are actually being caused by the person in front of me.
Yes. Ooh.
Because they very often are.
Yeah.
Now, looking back on my career, I often say, I worked for quite a lot of a-hole managers. Or actually, there've been a lot of situations in which there was some a-holery going on.
Yes.
Sometimes that wasn't the manager who was being the a-hole.
Oh, no.
I look back and I think, God, I would have hated to have managed me back in that particular scenario.
Yeah.
I think my very, first corporate manager, I gave him quite a hard time, and he was doing his best for me.
Oh no!
I just didn't see it.
Yeah.
Did he have the skills to help me understand that? Possibly not.
Yeah.
And so that's everything I do with clients is around seeing the other person's point of view. Whether it's seeing up the chain, what are they looking for? What's driving them? What's making their decisions make sense to them? And what are they not communicating to me that I need to know? And what am I not communicating effectively down the chain? Because those are where those apparent toxic relationships start to develop.
Yeah, because it's all miscommunication.
Oh, yeah.
Because obviously we have a lot of clients, so you end up getting somewhere. You'll get an email and you go, "Well, how could they be saying this? Like, what is going on?"
Yeah.
And you need to sort of take 2 minutes and go, like, okay, maybe I'm reading it wrong.
Yeah.
And if I am still really worked up about it by tomorrow, just give them a call.
Yeah.
The best saying, I can't remember who told me it, was that phone calls are for exploration, emails are for confirmation.
Yeah.
Never do any exploration in an email. Only email afterwards to be like, thanks for the call. Really appreciate you going over that with me. Just to confirm, this is what I'm going to do going ahead. If you can send me over X, Y, Z, that'd be great. That's all you need. Because half the time, if you just keep going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
That email ping pong.
Oh my God, it's horrendous.
Well, it ends up being email battleships, doesn't it, rather than ping pong.
When I worked in the admin for corporate, my team leader at the time, he was so funny. He could tell when I was angry just by my typing.
Okay.
Because I would get a certain real speed going, and he'd just yell across the office. He was like, "Tish, stop." I was like, but it's
step
really
away
annoying.
from the keyboard.
Yeah. I was like, fine. He was like, go take a break. I was like, okay. But half time, that's all you need is just to step away from it. And
I mean,
until you know what the point of view.
There is the rule, isn't it? If you're annoyed about something, write the email and then leave it overnight.
Yeah. Or put it in your drafts.
Yeah.
Don't send it.
Yeah.
Don't put the recipient email in it.
Absolutely.
Because otherwise it can accidentally get sent. Just write it, leave it. And then if you still feel like it tomorrow, put it into ChatGPT and make it sound nicer.
Yeah, I was going to say, even then rewrite it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, somebody I spent quite a lot of time with in my 40s, 50s, he had this great saying, what has to be true in their model of the world for that behaviour to make sense?
Oh, I like that.
That is really powerful.
That's forcing you to look from a different perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. And I actually take that one stage further. Because I'm a little bit of a Pollyanna idealist.
Nice.
I choose to believe that everybody gets up in the morning intending to be kind.
Yeah, I like to think so.
Yeah.
The state of the world doesn't help sometimes,
No,
but I like to think so.
You know, I don't think that people wake up in the morning and think, who can I piss off today?
Yeah. It may feel like that some days, but yeah, I do think like humans generally have to be nice, right?
Yeah.
At least a good portion.
Well, I think most humans are attempting to make the world better. A lot of them are quite misguided about how you go about that.
Yeah.
But, you know, most people, I think, they set out at the start of their lives, at the start of their days, to make the world better in one way or another. The selfish ones want to make it better for them first.
Yeah.
The altruistic ones want to make it better for everyone else first.
Yeah.
Both of those are the extremes that don't really work.
Yeah.
You need to look after yourself and others.
Yes.
And, you know, the
put your
balance
own life
between
vest
self
on.
and others. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But so if I start from people who are trying to be kind, I take that phrase and I add kindness to it. So I say, what has to be true in their model of the world that makes that behaviour kind?
Okay.
And if you go there, it's very hard to be annoyed with someone.
Yes. Oh, I like that.
You can be confused by them.
Yeah.
You know, how the hell do they manage to make that kind?
Yeah.
But starting from that point of view creates a humanity.
Yes.
To that source of irritation.
Because I think we can forget sometimes that the people that we speak to in business are just other humans.
Yeah.
They have their whole life. They have their families. They have to get up in the morning like all of us do. Sometimes they're going to get up on the wrong side of the bed.
Yeah.
They're going to have bad days.
Yeah.
And that's okay. You have to be a bit generous and a bit kind to people and go, it might not be your day today. And that's okay.
Yeah. Now, my old granddad used to say, perhaps his feet hurt.
Oh, I love that. Perhaps his shoe's too small. Like something's just really annoying them today.
Yeah.
I like that. I saw a very similar thing. It was in a coaching session that we were in. And it was, God, I'm going to really mess this up now. I want to say it was a picture of like a beach ball, but it was like split into quadrants. So it was like, you know, yellow on this side and red on this side, say. And this person who's looking at this side going, that's a red ball.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And the person on this side is going, no, that's a yellow ball. And like, how can you be saying that's a yellow ball? This is a red ball. From what I can see, that's a red ball. Yeah. And it's then, having to go, both can be true.
Yeah. Both
things can be true, even if you don't have all the information. Both can be true. So maybe if they're saying something, instead of just telling them they're wrong, ask them why, from their opinion, that's the case.
Absolutely.
Dig in a bit deeper, really. And we've been doing some work with Steve Ennis as well. And he's been giving us these questions of, it's more for when we go into meetings, trying to really dig out what people want and what they need. Yeah. And it's going, okay, so this is like the surface problem for you. What's the emotional impact to you as a person? What's the business impact of it? And then, what is going to happen if this doesn't change? And it's just those extra little digging questions that you don't think about initially. Yep. And you kind of have to rewire your brain to go, oh, there's a lot more to this. There's a lot more work I need to do.
Yep.
But I find it really interesting.
I like what I call it Cartesian consequences.
Okay.
Where you ask somebody, what will happen if you do this? What won't happen if you do this?
Okay.
What will happen if you don't do this?
Yes.
What won't happen if you don't do this?
Okay.
Now, those questions sound like the same thing.
But they're not.
They're not quite.
No.
Because you're coming at it from a positive or a negative angle.
Yeah.
From a pro or con perspective. And you get slightly different answers. And the slightly different answers, the difference in the answers is where the gold lies.
Yeah.
Because that's where you get down to what really matters.
Yeah, because one of the four answers will stick out to you going, well, that sounds,
Ooh,
I definitely don't want that.
Yeah.
Or I definitely
Or I
do
definitely
want
do
that.
want that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I'm pursuing.
Yeah.
I'm avoiding the negative rather than pursuing the positive.
Yes.
You get all those coming out.
Yeah. Because it's a lot about risk as well in business in general.
It from a business perspective, yeah, but from where I come from is I need to understand what's driving people. And a big thing about the work that I do is aligning the individual's values and life purpose with the organizational values and purpose.
Yes.
Now, if the organization doesn't understand its values and purpose, which they very often don't.
Yeah, that's problem number one.
Very often they've got the mission statement on the wall.
Plastered on the wall. And...
They've got a list of values.
Yeah.
And nobody in the business complies with those values at all. They're just not reflected in what the business actually does. And on the other side, you've got the individuals who don't really know what their values are.
No.
They probably live them most of the time.
Yeah.
But if they're feeling uncomfortable, it's because they're being led into behaviours that don't gel with their values.
Yes.
And if they don't understand their values, they can't go, oh, hang on a minute. I'm not being, one of my major values is compassion.
Yeah.
So I'm not being compassionate. Perhaps that's why I'm feeling a bit naffed off here.
Yeah.
This is taking me off me.
Yeah. Or like other people aren't showing compassion to me. And then that's because I feel like it's very much because we've done a lot of work. So I did the Help to Grow course at the uni this year, and Steve Ennis is one of the lecturers. And there's a lot of work in there around figuring out your values and your business values, and how that affects your culture.
Yep.
And it came for us that we were like, actually, culture's massive because we're basically hired on people liking us. More or less, and it's creativity.
Everybody is.
Well, yeah, everything's person to person, but there's no like a standard metric for us to show like return on investment a lot of the time because it's awareness campaigns and it's like just general getting your business out there.
Well, if you think that's hard to measure, try measuring employee happiness.
Are you happy on a scale of 5 smiley faces? How many smiley faces are you today?
Now there is now some quite good evidence-based information out there.
Nice.
About how happy employees will actually create more profit for a business.
Yeah. Oh, what is it that Steve keeps saying? He's going to yell at me for not remembering the actual wording.
Steve yell at you? No,
Steve,
he won't.
No,
he'll just frown and grunt.
Frown and sternly tell me off. It's basically giving more to the business. I'll remember it later. If I remember it later, Tish, put it in the subtitle somewhere. Future Tish, you got this. But he basically says that sort of metric of like getting your employees on board to the point where they will give you more than what you're like technically paying them for.
Well, I have reservations about that, the whole discretionary effort.
That's the word, discretionary effort.
You see, discretionary effort is essential to the success of a business.
Yes.
A business will not survive if it's not getting discretionary effort from the team. And by the team, I'm talking everybody from the owner down.
100%.
And in the employee engagement world, and I choose not to call myself an employee engagement consultant, although it's a lot of what I do is about getting employees engaged, because there was a period, late teens, where it became horribly manipulative.
Yes. Oh, God, yeah.
Where it was all about squeezing the last ounce of discretionary effort out of your employees. And it was just another version of exploitative. Yeah. And therefore, I choose to not call myself an employee engagement consultant. Yeah. Getting discretionary effort has to be genuinely voluntary.
100%.
It has to be offered, not extracted.
And I think that's the difference because I had this conversation with my granddad before he passed away, where he was saying about, you work for a business, you work really, really hard for that business will look after you and they will keep you and they will
used to be the
keep
case.
You in your career. Absolutely, that used to be the case. And it's not the case anymore. And especially with those bigger corporate businesses, it's like you put your all in and you are treated worse. And it's...
Yes.
And it's then sort of... Because I remember it was during COVID around that time. There was a massive thing online about, Gen Z, which I just about slip into. I'm going to count myself as an elder Gen Z.
I'm a nice early boomer. No, sorry, I'm a late boomer.
That's fine then. But they were saying that Gen Z are killing the workforce by quiet quitting. And I was like, well, why do you think people are quiet quitting? It's because they're being told, you are doing really, really well. You're really excelling at what you're doing. You're really pushing the boat out. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep you on the same pay. And the other person that's sat next to you who's doing bugger all and is barely scraping by, they're also going to get paid the same as you. But well done. And it was like, well, no wonder people are turning around and going, if I can get paid exactly the same and get given all the same things for doing basically nothing, well, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, well, then you're into the cynical version of employment.
Yes.
Which is you pay them just enough so they don't leave.
Yeah.
And they do just enough so you don't sack them.
Exactly.
That is the very opposite of engagement, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I wonder if you see a difference working with small business, because it is rare to find someone who works with small businesses and corporates. The difference of, at least I've found networking wise, of small businesses, there is a lot more care and attention towards, okay, what else can we give people in terms of, for us, it's flexibility and freedom of, I've turned around to Josh one day and was like, I just don't know when I'm going to fit in going to the gym today. Can I leave a couple hours early and I'll just do it a couple hours later? And he was like, yeah, go. Yeah. You don't have to ask me, just go. And it's just that kind of flexibility. Whereas my previous job, I had to put a timer on every time I left my desk so I could go to the loo and then come back and then stop my timer again.
That's awful.
Yeah, it's a very different way. So I wonder if you see much of a difference with small businesses being more aware of it and more compassionate towards it.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Interestingly, I see more consistency in the larger businesses.
Okay.
They're either arseholes to everyone.
Yeah. Yes.
Or they're very nice. Or as nice as they think they're allowed to be.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about the middle manager here, who's the one who's actually making that decision.
Yeah.
And they think they're supposed to be nice or not nice, based on how it's coming down from on high.
Yeah.
So there's more restrictions in terms of how much flexibility a middle manager within a corporate is allowed to give. And in a small business, you're closer to the owner.
Yeah.
So yes, there is greater capacity for flexibility, but there's also a greater level of inconsistency.
Yes. It's not formulaic.
Do you get on is a bigger factor in a small business than it is in a large business. Are you one of the founder employees? The first 20 or so tend to get treated differently from the next tranche. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You see quite a lot of that going on with that level of business. So it's a tricky one. I don't think there is a simple answer to, corporates are worse than small business or small business.
There'll always be one in each at least that's completely flips it on its head.
Yeah. I mean, I've come across small business owners who are frankly very unpleasant people.
Yeah.
They all they want to do is screw the last penny out of their customers, their suppliers, and their staff.
It's horrendous.
And
you go and you go.
I rapidly decide not to work with those.
Yes. I was going to say, I imagine you walk in and go, I wish you the best of luck. I'll see you later.
I don't think I'm quite the right consultant for you. Business coaches as a group are very, very variable. If you find a good one, they are gold dust. Yeah. And they will always be looking at things like the employee engagement side of things. Are the team happy? Yes. Because in the end, if the team aren't happy, the customers aren't going to be happy. No. You pretty much guarantee.
It bleeds through.
Yeah. Branson used to say that, and you look after your team and they'll look after your customers.
Yes. Yeah,
For all his other sins, he got that bit right.
Got that bit all right.
Yeah. Yeah. So understanding your team is key.
Yes.
Knowing why are they here?
Mm.
Why are those people coming to work?
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, it ain't just for the money.
No.
They originally came to join you
Mm.
because they thought that your business was doing something worthwhile.
Mm. Yeah.
Very,
definitely.
very few people will go and join a business just for the money.
Yeah. Unless the salary is like incomprehensible.
Yeah. And here's what I'd say to any business owner in that scenario where
Yeah.
they think paying a vast salary
yeah.
will get the right people
Oh.
for their business.
They'll still leave within 6 months.
Yeah, and they'll screw up your business in the meantime
Yeah.
because they joined for the wrong reasons.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, if people are joining just for the money, really don't take them on.
No.
You know, if
Absolutely
people are
not.
leaving just for the money,
Yeah.
then
Have a look.
then you do need to increase your wages
Yeah.
or your salaries, because if they are otherwise good, otherwise aligned with what you're trying to do in your business,
Yeah.
but they're not getting paid enough money to live the life that they need to live,
Yeah.
then that you've got that
You've gotta
part of
have
the
a look.
equation wrong.
Yeah.
You've got the getting people engaged with your business part of the equation absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're going to pay money to keep them, you need to look at why else they're leaving.
Yes.
Because too many managers, or owners particularly,
Yeah.
think people leave because they're not getting paid enough.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, there are other factors.
Yes. It might be a contributing one, but it's not going to be the main
it's
one.
Part of. It's part
Yeah.
of.
And it might be what they say in their exit interview, but
it might well be. And you might well be able to keep them
Yeah.
by putting the money up. Although,
Yeah.
frankly, I think,
But not for very long.
you know, when I was in corporate,
Yeah.
you know, by the time I got to the point where I was leaving,
Yeah.
I was leaving, and the job I was going to get next was going to pay me lots more anyway.
Yeah.
So you couldn't afford me.
Yeah.
And if you could afford me, why the hell weren't you paying me anyway?
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
that relationship by that point was broken down.
Yeah.
So paying people more money to stay isn't really the answer. The answer is start sooner to identify the dissatisfaction.
Yeah, definitely.
Give a monkeys about how happy your team are.
Yeah. Because not only are they the ones running your business and, you know, having face-to-face time with your clients, but they're also the people that you've got to spend every day with.
Yes.
And if they're miserable
true,
every
true.
day,
Very
you're
true.
going to be miserable.
Yes, yeah. I mean that's true. You know, you sometimes you go into an office where the whole vibe,
Yeah, you can feel it in the air, can't you?
is one of misery,
Yeah.
and that's no fun for anyone, including the owner.
Yeah.
So, you know, start right at the beginning. Get the right people in
Yes.
to start with.
Yeah.
Actually, find out why are they joining.
Yeah. Value-driven hiring
Yes,
is so incredibly important.
yeah, and so poorly done.
Yeah.
You know, it still astounds me. You know, I've known this stuff for 20 years,
Yeah.
and I still see recruiters
Yeah.
doing stuff based on competencies and salary.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
We've
it's
always
like-
said that, like, the skills are teachable. And actually, in our industry, you don't want someone with, like, all the really terrible, like, bad habits that can come from, you know, uni and things like that, where they teach you how to edit a certain way, and you're like, God, no, never do that. That's horrendous. And also, you need to build them up into a style that, you know, fits us. So we would be like, right, okay, what kind of video games do you like?
Yeah.
How, like, what movies do you watch? Like, how are you going to hang out with us? Like, here's this moral situation. What would you do? Because we all sat down and did the Myers-Briggs test, and turned out we were.
I hate Myers-Briggs.
I find it really interesting. I'll do all of them. I'm like horoscopes, everything. We all did them, and we all came out as I can't remember what it is, but the green category, and because there's like 4 different colours, and I was like, that's
That's
really
not Myers-Briggs. Myers-Briggs doesn't do colours.
yeah, it does. I looked at
A version of.
yeah,
maybe.
yeah. But I was the campaigner within that section. But I looked it up today, and it was basically saying that we're all based on I think it was like having like an idealistic view of things and being compassionate.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, we are kind of like arty-farty creatives that just want to make the world really happy. So I guess that kind of fits. But we're like, oh, what does this mean? That then, if we do hire someone,
Mm-hmm.
are we going to make them sit down and take the test just out of curiosity to
Yes,
see
you
what they
should.
come out with?
You
'Cause
absolutely should.
if they're completely different,
No,
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yes.
Does it need to
Yes.
fit a gap that we don't have?
Yeah, exactly.
And figure that out. And so it's going to be, I'm really excited for if we do get to that point of trying to find someone, because I feel like when it clicks and when it doesn't.
Yes, you do, and you can sometimes. I remember one interview I went for, quite early in my corporate career, and I did this psychometric test. And it was quite a sophisticated one, wasn't it? It was much better than Myers-Briggs.
Yeah.
And what came out of it was, God, no, don't employ him.
Really? Oh no.
But I got on so well with the MD.
Yeah.
And my background was right. She was in a lighting business. I was coming from Philips Lighting.
Nice.
Everything looked right.
Yeah.
But this psychometric test was saying you get red flags all over the place. Don't do it.
Okay.
And we got to the point. I remember sitting there in the Institute of Directors with her, and she was saying, well, we've done this psychometrics. Here's what the psychometrics says. And I just said, you know what? I think we're both trying to make this fit, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah, because you can feel it when you're like, I want this to work.
Yeah.
And if you're saying the words, I want this to work,
then it's not working.
It's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. Because if you're trying to make it work, then something's not quite right. Whereas like when it naturally fits in and it just feels comfortable, that you're golden.
But coming back to the Myers-Briggs, and should you use Myers-Briggs?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would not recommend Myers-Briggs.
But a similar type
I think Myers-Briggs is overly complicated.
Yeah.
And not particularly scientifically robust.
Okay.
So if you're going to use something that's not scientifically robust, you might as well use one of the others.
Well, exactly.
But have a test, a way of understanding people that your team understands.
Yes.
And get other people to do it, and then explain your take on it when you get the results back. Yeah. And discuss with them how they will fit into your team.
Yes.
Yeah. My one I use is talent dynamics.
Okay.
Now, I openly admit.
Yeah.
Intellectually, it's not very robust.
You're going to have to send it to me because I'm going to have to do it now.
I will do. But what I like about it is it's 2 dimensions or 2 thinking. You've got thinking dimension. Do you think in terms of ideas or do you think in terms of information, sensory information? Yeah.
Yeah, I already know where I am.
Essentially, so you've got your intuitives.
Yeah.
And you've got your delivery people. So in talent dynamics, it's called the dynamo energy, the starting energy, and the tempo energy.
Okay.
How do you make sure that the cadence is right to get the delivery right?
Yeah.
And then on the other dimension, the action dynamic, you've got essentially introvert, extrovert.
Yeah.
It's do you create results through people or do you create results through data and systems?
Oh. See, I find that interesting because I imagine the sort of creating results from people is more towards the extrovert side. Yeah. So I call myself an introverted extrovert. Yep. Or no, extroverted introvert, whichever way it is.
They've got a new word for that. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, but basically it's like when I'm around people, I can absolutely switch it on and be like, yes, 100%, I'm completely engaged and I want to like be chatting to people. But as soon as I get home or as soon as I don't have to talk to people, I am at my most peaceful. And I'm at my most like, just let me rot in a corner. Christmas is wonderful for me. I get to disappear for 2 weeks and it's lovely. So but I would say I'm 100% on that, getting more results from people than data. Yeah. But I suppose that's because in the industry I'm in, it's more based on emotion, and emotion is people. Yeah. So it's very different.
It is, but as a producer, you've got to be getting results out of people.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Well, half of what I do when we're on set is I'm the interviewer. Yeah. So if we're doing any kind of testimonial or interview, the camera will be over my shoulder and I'm the person sat chatting to the person on camera. Yeah. My job is to make them feel comfortable. Yeah. No one's comfortable in front of a camera. So, and it's exactly why I started this podcast, because so many people were uncomfortable.
And sometimes introverts are better at making people feel comfortable.
Yes. I would say so. Yeah, I used to work in retail at a particular store, and we had 3 types of customer types. We had experienced customers, curious customers, and nervous customers. And I was immediately given the nervous customers. It was like, if you saw a nervous customer come in, you grab Tish, and Tish goes and talks to them. Because I would go in and be like, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Everyone's a bit scared.
There's no threat here.
I was like, I'll be scared with you. That's okay. We'll just stand together. Yeah. But I think I am more of that person that it does make that easier for me. So maybe introverts are more aware of people's emotions, I think, because it's more the wallflower.
Well, you see, it's not about introversion, extroversion. It's about emotional intelligence, isn't it?
Yes.
That particular part of it. So, the introvert-extrovert piece, it's a bit of a false dichotomy anyway, as is intuition versus delivery.
Oh, no, I know where I am for that one. I'm fully on the delivery scale. Put me down the bottom.
Absolutely. But the important thing is that out of those 4 energies, you get 8 profiles.
Okay.
One on each side and one in each corner.
Yeah.
And that gives you the ability to... It's got enough fineness to it to not be as generic as things like DISC.
Yes.
Where,
I've done
A, B, C, D. It's all a bit too simplified.
Yes.
Although, DISC done properly doesn't simplify it by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
But having 8, it's enough to remember. They give them really cool names like Creator, Mechanic, Star, Accumulator. They've got some great names.
Oh, I love this. I'm so excited.
So it's enough for people to remember what it means if you're a star.
Yes.
And so if I'm talking to a star, I can quickly, oh yes.
Yeah, reprogram.
Okay, so they need top line stuff. They need stuff that makes people look good. Bang, 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 bang. If I'm talking to an accumulator, they want all the data.
Yes.
Give me all the data, give me now. How's it going to happen?
Yeah.
Lords. Yeah. Well, Lords very rarely will do any psychometric profile at all.
Really? You've got to force them into doing it.
They're all data. And as far as they're concerned, psychometric profiling is not data.
You'd think they'd be the opposite of being like, if this is a way of collating any kind of data on people, then sure.
But typically they're so data driven.
Emotions on that.
Exactly. People and data, different things altogether. I'm being a bit extreme there. My particular profile is right down the bottom. I'm on the tempo. I'm on the make sure the delivery happens side of things. And me and Lords don't get on.
No.
Because Lords will want to know all the data before they'll let you do anything.
Yeah.
They're your kind of financial controller.
Okay.
And I just want to get on and do stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Customers want it and they want it now.
Well, that's very true. It does get to a point in business where you're like, we just need to deliver something.
Yeah, we just got to do stuff.
I feel like I could talk to you for ages about just personality types and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm about to go away and do every single personality test ever designed. But thank you for joining me. It's been a real pleasure to get to chat to you.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been brilliant.
Awesome.